Welcome to the Cellar. Hello. Okay, so I haven't worn this in years. I know that y'all saw it about maybe 3 years ago. And and I actually did a little 1-2 impromptu at that time. That's what we used to have. I was free and flowing and not knowing what all was happening and transpiring through all of what was going on. But one of the things that I had to go pick up. So that's what we are talking about today is this. I had to go pick this up. Now it is inspired. I did get inspired by watching Bridgerton. Had no idea. I watched Queen Charlotte, the prequel to first, and then I began to um, watch Bridgerton. But while I was watching Queen Charlotte, so many memories start flooding back about across the board. But what I came to talk to you all today about, okay, is I did a 1-2 after my meditation, and it's about reclaiming your power. All right, reclaiming your power. That's what the Cellar is mostly about. We bring things to light. We learn how to deal with certain things and maneuver in new ways with new plays. Because when you go into the Cellar, what happens is you're going into that chamber, that darkness, that stillness that is allows for you to feel your feelings. Really look at some of the darkest aspects of yourself and what it is that you've been through, who you will be when you emerge from here. We will find out. But I just wanted to go over a couple of things. So the other thing is the thing in hand is reclaiming your power. And part of my personal ability to be able to to be able my creativity, all of us have to be able to be creative, right? Creativity brings us to life. Creativity helps us with our birthright. Creativity helps us with standing more fully authentically in our purpose, because when you think of creatives, what you think of are artists or eccentric people and all of those things, right? If you think about it in the mundane aspect, right? But as far as just being a creatrix in your own right, won't be surprised if it comes out in our 1-2 read today. But we'll look in a second. But being creative is so important on our journey. We are meant to be all aspects of our wonderful, beautiful selves, right? So the other part is I was listening to my life path reading. I listen to it ever so often. It's good company, but it also helps me to audit, where I am and where I stand. Am I standing in the laws that I've created that govern me? What laws can be created? What laws can be expanded upon, like, or any laws outdated? Those types of things, right? So what I with this in my destiny's chart, I have the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Spades. And the Queen of Spades is very creative. She just likes to, you know do whatever it is that she feels like doing, right? Of course I have my limits and my boundaries, but it took me back to a place. I remember when I was younger, my mom would always tell me I was changing clothes like a supermodel. She told me, I don't know. She said, don't put all those clothes in the dirty clothes, in the laundry thing, right? She's Well, we call it the dirty clothes. Don't put all that in the dirty clothes, right? Dirty clothes basket, closet, whatever, because it wasn't really dirty. I just like changing outfits. I like changing clothes. I like, creating. And she helped with that a lot because she was very good at drawing. And so she would draw certain stuff that I asked her to draw on my pants, my shirts, because I just really thought that I had me and my homegirls, we were like a gang, or we would call the Untouchables, who. And so because these other girls made them a gang, right? A girl clique called the Fly Girls. And so I was like, we're gonna be the Untouchables, okay? Because I was the leader of the pack. So I was like, we're gonna be the Untouchables, bitch. And so my mama made me some of the cutest stuff. I had a pair of Guess pants. I'll never forget, be creased down. You hear me? But they would have Untouchables on the leg. I remember that like it was yesterday. So she helped with me being, even though she complained about some of the stuff that I did, especially with changing clothes all the time. I'm feeling like, and then going and putting it on, okay? And she helped me with that, right? She helped me to not, learn the discipline within my creativity is what I learned. She helped me with um, standing more fully in who I am until, later on it kind of got interesting. But she helped me to stand fully in who I was. Fuck what people say. What, people ain't running you like that, right? But I did have to listen to her, right? But it's like when it comes to reclaiming our power, that's part of my power for me, right? It's not a superpower. It's not something that's gonna make or break me because regardless, I'm going to do what I came here to do. But it is one of those things that was attacked. And so that was part of something that I had to go back and pick up from all of the attacks that I had been through because that's one of the things that they would attack. It's very interesting when I sat and looked at how they were doing that. And I'm like, it's interesting. The world is a stage. Remember that. So I would like to ask you today. I come to you today, right? This is a new beginning. We're stepping into this new moon energy. I think in the last read, I did say the new moon ain't about new beginnings. I need to shut the fuck up. Sometimes my dyslexia does kick in right there, and it kicks in on the silliest of shit. And that's not necessarily silly because you really need to know that. But also, you need to remember that you should research and check into things on your own as well to make sure that tick, tick, okay? Now then, so I'm just going to go over a couple of things here today, and I'm going to get this read out to you all um, here because I find that it's very important that we reclaim parts of ourselves that we need, and we also pull ourselves out of the trenches, right? You're in the cellar. I'm here helping you in the cellar, but I got cascarilla everywhere. I'm here helping you in the cellar. Just a mess, y'all. I'm here in the cellar helping you as best that I can, but I also expect for you to do your own work, of course. And here's the thing. So there is power in darkness, right? In darkness, we find tools that we're either afraid to use, tools we are afraid to view, or tools that we don't even know that they exist and the importance of their existence. Okay. Bridgerton, bitch, Bridgerton. Okay, Bridgerton. And I've always liked these hats. I used to, when I used to see the ladies getting ready for church and going to church and stuff, I'd be like, "That's some badass hats, bitch." Okay. Move forward. That also goes back real quick. When I was young, I didn't understand. I'm telling you, I don't know what lifetime I was in that I brought some of that over here, and it's like you need to calm down. I didn't understand that. Why I didn't understand, but why are we poor? Not understanding this. Why don't we have anything? I don't understand. I couldn't understand certain stuff. Very young. I remember this like it was yesterday. But that also goes into why people were trying to um show up and show out. I had some great aunts that really tried to show up and show out. They were like, give her to us. They were fighting over me and trying to, they were both trying to win my attention by buying me stuff, right? But it's like, I think that they knew that I was supposed to be born into something else. I think they knew it. My mama wasn't having it though. She wasn't having it. Mm. But when I was spending night at their house, I would be the empress around this bitch. Go home. You ain't finna be no empress hoe. You finna clean up. You finna go to bed. Do all the stuff that, humans do. Regular humans. All right. So now then, we're gonna go over one, two. I only put down three things to kind of bounce ideas about when it comes to tools that we bring out of the darkness, right? Abandonment, when we face our abandonment issues, when we face any type of fear for stories that we tell ourselves and things that we went through, how do we heal that? Well, you can get therapy, counseling, or what have you. There's a lot of self-help tools out here. The 90-day journey to mindfulness will point that out to you if you are so open to receiving the information. It's kind of like using the 90-day journey to mindfulness is kind of like doing a reading for yourself every day, basically. So the abandonment comes in some way your power was unplugged. Okay. Anytime there's something that we have to face, your power was unplugged. Something that some power source, some electrical outlet, something was pulled from an electrical outlet that makes you who you are. And it may have happened before you came here, it may have happened while it may be part of your purpose, right? For you to learn how to do certain things. But with abandonment, you may have lost a sense of your value, your worth, self-love, independence, right? Abandonment will have people to overindulge in certain things as well, because usually if you find one thing, it ties to something else, right? Um, with abandonment, though, it's important that you are resilient because you could turn abandonment into the tools, more self-value, boundaries, more self-worth, self-love, self-appreciation, compassion with the self as well as others. You understand what you went through, but you are no longer there, so you pull yourself out of that space and reclaim your power by anything that you may have handed over to someone else. You're gonna need that bag. Run that bag. I'm gonna need that bag. Give me that. Hello. Okay. Frustration. This tool is where you are learning to be in the flow. If you are someone who is, things frustrate you from the smallest of things, um, to, you're frustrated by someone's actions, you got to remember that they have a right to respond and react the way that they do because they got their own shit that they got to learn too, right? So frustration shows up in many ways, but it has a lot to do. Usually, when we are frustrated, we're not in flow, we're not connected, we are not seeing things. It's cascarilla everywhere. But seriously, hear me out. With frustration, this has a lot to do with you learning how to be in flow. You learning that what it is that you do and do not have control over. Frustration can lead to stress, which can lead to high blood pressure and a number of other ailments. It depends on where it's hidden. Because anytime something is too much of, right, you can be frustrated for a second. Now you're human, you got that. But the quicker that you come to terms with it and come out of it and counter it and affirm the opposite, which would be I take delight in all things good, bad, or indifferent, things will begin to change. You see, your view and the way that you respond to things will begin to change. So with frustration, it's all about learning, hearing, or understanding that change happens, and it may be a sudden change, right? Sometimes people are frustrated with tower moments. People are frustrated with it's the equivalent of, if you know that you're frustrated when your dog takes a shit on your carpet, but you doing this all the time, and you may not be walking it backwards. Like, maybe you should have took them out when they were supposed to. Maybe they ain't well trained or what have you. Maybe you're just not a dog person. Okay, make amends with that, and get it out with somebody that can love them and care for them. Okay. um I'm just really doing a 1-2 walkthrough of these, right? Because I did have so much of a conversation with y'all in my head earlier. All right, but this is about stepping out of your comfort zone and doing something different that pushes your limits and create new limitations, right? So when it comes to facing some of our worst fears, right? Because we may have been conditioned or programmed in some type of way, maybe we went through spiritual warfare, and in war, you forget a couple of things. I'm gonna need that back, bitch. Because usually in war, right, in life, we learn that our light dims, our light dims when we are not standing fully in our truth and our sovereignty, right? So the other one may be failure. This is a powerful tool to overcome any thoughts, or feeling victimized, or any of that shit, or oh no, woe is me. I'll never this and I'll never that, or all of my relationships is all blah blah, all of everything. Have you experienced and went through everything? The opposite of failure is success. So when you look at this as a powerful tool, it can be integrated into how you tackle your goals, plans, or how you view yourself, right? People who are deemed pessimistic, right? Stay away from them, please and thank you. All right. Usually say words like, I can't because things never work out. I tried all it. I give up. You can go do that on your own time. Unless you are coming like, okay, I'm not going to do it that way, but this is what I am going to do, right? Because oftentimes people are turned around, and they forget their purpose. They forget the path they're on. They don't ask to be aligned with their true north. So they take failure for what it is. I read something a couple of months ago that said, don't listen to people who tell you to try harder or something like that. Okay. And so you have to use your discernment and know, and connect with the divine. Okay. Connected like a Rolex necklace to your star players in order for you to really figure out what it is that you got going on and how you got it going on. Because oftentimes, maybe that can equate to relationships, what that person said. Um, you know, keep going. He over there beating your ass. She over there fucking up all your stuff, mess with all your homeboys. Keep going. Don't give up on them. Now, I ain't talking about no shit like that. I never said that. All right, you can use your discernment and know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about failure when it comes to maybe some programming that you have, when it comes to just giving up and not living out your truth. And oh, I'm just gonna do this, and you decide to change careers or something like that, and you weren't divinely guided to, and you are led back to the beginning, right? So you have to be mindful of that. So that can come in a number of ways, and it can also have to do with you not being congratulated because of sibling rivalry or something like that. Whatever the fuck it is, let's get to the root of it and figure it out and counter produce the opposite. We need opposite new results, right? As a result of not giving up. You know what I mean? So affirmation for that is I succeed at everything I set my mind to. I am what? What? Okay. I have no problem with I have no issue with people really calling on that God presence and becoming connecting more closely to that. But you just have to be mindful of you this if the master plan is bigger than you could ever imagine, no matter how much you look into it or what have you. It's much bigger than ever you could ever imagine. So you want to make sure that you're in alignment with your assignment so that you can do your part in that master plan and also in that omnipresence, right? The end all be all, the alpha, the omega, the highest of all, right? Whatever your beliefs. So I would hope that it has to do with helping and not hindering others. It's progressive. I would pray that everyone here in the cellar are progressive and not being progressive in the backward turning of the clock. You see. Now then, all of these that I've named have to do with our relationship with power in some type of way. How it shows up in your life is dependent upon your journey. Okay. Dark places reveal beautiful faces, places, and situations in this instance. Okay. Because sometimes we have to go into the dark to pull out what it is that would be the polarity of it, of what is going on. We master both of them because you already mastered failure, know what that looks like, what that feels like, you know what failure smells like. Okay, so now it's time for you to experience success. Now it's time for you to experience the best of what you have come here to be in this cycle that you are in. Ching ching, Gemini, new moon, ho. It's new beginnings. And I'm watching Bridgerton. That be glad I couldn't find my goddamn cause y'all know if you've been on the channel a while, you know I love me a good brooch, honey. It's giving a brooch, okay? A brooch is the approach. Dark places reveal beautiful faces. Okay. So we are meant to live fearlessly in a loving and compassionate way. And we need to know that all is well. All right. This all is a part of the process. And that can be uncomfortable at times, especially when you are going through certain things. And it's like this can't possibly be part of the process. Like I'm not accepting of what is happening. I am willing to learn in this process. I am willing to learn in this moment because I would like to what? Graduate. We are very good students at life because we want to ascend and spiritually expand on a regular basis. So I said a number of things. Let's talk about it. Because oftentimes I go and veer off somewhere else. That's why I, I gotta just, do me. And I thank all of you for being here and allowing me to do me. Because y'all show up every week. Um, Now, what was that? April, right? I think it was April or May. We are in June, so it may have been April or March. I had a whole setting and we were going, oh, it was the yin and yang. And we did a whole month of that, and then we did a whole this and that. Did pretty good right there. Okay. It was some interference in April. That's neither here nor there. So, what I'm leading into, what I'm getting to, since y'all want me to get to it, you need to calm down. Okay, why is you frustrated about me going around the bend? We're not having a one-on-one conversation right here, really, not really, because I'm really talking to myself right now. And when I drop this video, I know I'm talking to somebody. Now, the next thing that we're going to discuss, if I'm not so led to talk to y'all about something else, this is what I came up with as I was doing this one too, because there are a number of things I wrote a number of things that were reminders and things that I want to get into in the future and blah 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 blah. right? But we'll see how that flows. But I'll go ahead and tell you the elements that I need you to check at this time with this new beginning, this new, way that you are viewing things, doing things, and experiencing things. So this is about checking your posture, the realms. All right. Check your spiritual posture, your physical posture, your emotional posture, and your mental posture. All right. And make sure that those are in check. All right. So posture is how you stand, how you sit, how you walk, unray in relation to other people, as well as how you waking up and doing things on a regular basis. Now, how does that look with spirituality? How are you standing on your 10? How are you standing in your on your square facing your true north? What are you doing in your spiritual world that has you uplifted and exalted on a regular basis? Are you wearing a hat like this? All right. I'm thinking. Now I ain't gonna wear it outside, y'all, cause this is actually the Cellar's wig. As y'all know, this is turned into the Cellar wig, and then the blonde hair is the Indie Reed wig. Okay, and how I show up outside is how I show up outside. How I'm feeling as of today. Now, physical posture, emotional posture, right? How are you standing in your truth when it comes to what is your emotional intelligence at this time? What is it that you have worked on that you are willing to implement in this time? And how are you standing in that in order for you to, this is the equivalent of if some of you are out there saying that y'all are not taking no more shit from somebody, you're going to tell people no and just flat out tell them. It's empowering. Telling people no, especially if you're a people pleaser, it's some of the most empowering shit. Facing your true north and just saying no or letting people know exactly where they got you fucked up. You don't necessarily have to be, a bitch about it. But sometimes you gotta be one. I'm sorry. Sometimes you gotta be. I know this getting on somebody with OCD nerve right now. Like, girl, get that cascarilla off that black dress. Whatever. But, how is that showing up? How are you standing on your mental square? What is your mental posture? Are you focused? Are you aligned with your goals? Are you aligned with your vision? Are you sitting in your truth, walking in your truth, responding in your truth, doing things in a way that allows for your mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual, everything. When everything is in alignment and you are in a space where you are not looking left or right and you're very focused, things start to happen. Shit start happening. Things begin to unravel. Your life becomes something different. And it's all because of all of the inner work that you do. And that's the most important part. The more that you do the inner work and begin to understand what you can and cannot control, the more that you release and let go of things that no longer serve any type of or warrant any of your attention, serve no type of purpose. That is when, that is when, I've been listening to R&B. All right, whatever. But that is when, baby. So let's put this over here, add this to our notebook. All right. My head. Come the June 13th, it's gonna be y'all next, what you call it. And it's gonna be like, um, oh, excuse me. It's a high activity day, ain't it? I'm grateful. You know, we have much to do, you people. Also, you people like Ross Perot. Be mindful of what offends you. Okay, you can't be in the cellar and not being able to laugh at some of the most fucked up shit. Because that's one thing you learn when you go into that darkness. You learn how to laugh in the dark. And it's kind of like you know, one of those cute little jackets that make you hug yourself, kind of laugh. All right. What do you have here for me and the people here in the cellar? What do you want to tell us here today? Earth Goddess, a number 44, a 4 moving into a 4, creating an 8. That's big power, sis. All right, and bruh. Okay. And this was so crazy, baby. Let me tell y'all something. The enemy be working, but bitch, I look, God be working harder through me. So we did have a 1-2 issue again because these people are getting very desperate, or this thing. I'm calling it entity because one entity can wrangle a bunch of them. And real quick one too. So it was kind of hard to like. It was taking a longer time to upload just one video at a time. I'm like, the desperation to stop me from doing what I'm doing is really, really insane. And so, and it's been going on for so long, it's just like, just go ahead and give it up. But I guess, forward. So the thing about that is that hit that tried to come up and through here Wednesday morning. That hit that tried to come up and through here, um, it also tried to hit my sacral. So I was like, what is going on? So, I had to do a cleanse and all of that, the 1-2, right? Because I'm like, what is going on, baby? I finna accept none of this. We are going to stay empowered. So that's what I want to encourage you today. When it begins to show up and if it hits you in some type of way and there's a response, right? Because it's not that they may have even hit there. It may be even what I ate, but also by eating that at the wrong time may have caused an issue. Because I'm telling y'all know sometimes I be bloated though. But sometimes when you are hit, you can swell. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not seeing it right now. I'm pretty sure when I turn to the side, you can see my little gut or whatever. But like, no, this right here would be like around this, like my when I'm bloated, right? And people love, saying stuff to women when they are bloated. You need to get your life, okay? Because I saw the most endearing. I was watching Meet the Browns, not Meet the Browns, being Bobby Brown, and Whitney was on there. They were sitting at a restaurant, and she on a cute little dress. But baby, Whitney about this damn big, right? Whitney Houston. And she was sitting up there, she was like, oh, I'm cramping. And she just let her stomach out. I was like, see, that's some real shit. She let her stomach out and it was just sitting there. So it just looked like her arms was sitting on a ball of snow, like a snowman. She just sitting there, stomach just as big. So, y'all need to encourage the respecting of one another out here in this world. I'm gonna leave it at that because I'm not I remember I used to have to go bad on people and all that back in 2018 about, well, blue, blue, blue. Somebody even said it the other week. They were like, congratulations on the baby, Lulu. I said, thank you with 2 exclamation marks. And then my ears started burning. I was like, yeah, the bitch thought they was going to do something and didn't. All right. To live the dream, we have to surrender the fantasy. All right. This can be painful. It feels like the end when in fact it is the beginning. Ooh, I like it. Once the pain passes, there is the joy of what we have yearned for coming to life. It may not be as perfect as the fantasy, okay, but it will be real than a whole, says it there. And it can nourish us, yes. We can build our appetite for life with dreams, but we cannot be fed by them. Mm. The soul requires real life experience to become fully alive. I can't wait till they find out who Miss Winterstorm or whatever the bitch name is be spreading gossip on Bridgerton. Find out who that hoe is, okay? I'm trying to figure it out. All right, let me see now. There's a fantasy that wants to become reality for you. Don't let a few gritty moments or human imperfections prevent you from experiencing the joy of heaven on earth. The spiritual goddess is a little long, but I'm about to read it, so calm down. I ain't finna be in here long. I'm not finna do the 1-2 and pull a story out and all that. I'm not gonna do that today. Because I gotta go let this thing take about 3 damn hours to upload one damn little bitty ass video. Like, it is wild. Not your problem. You have beautiful dreams and wonderful visions of what life could be. It is not enough to imagine them, bitch. You got to live them, whore. You want to live them? This is exactly how you are meant to feel for that to happen. You must practice feeling grounded, okay? Taking practical earthly steps, okay? Spirit cannot do that for you. Thank you. Even if you are not sure how your biggest, boldest dreams can come together, you can still ask yourself, what is it that I can do now? What is it that I can do the fuck now? Okay. Sometimes it will be an obvious action that you can take, and sometimes you will need to pray and meditate and ask for the way forward to be shown. Yay. Remember, you are an earth goddess connected to Venus, the practical realm. It's all about form, lines. Okay, this is what you are here to do. Remember to love yourself enough to recognize your creative power and use it joyfully each day. I'm right on time with this shit, man. God damn. The sacred ritual. Lie on the earth if you can. If you got wooden floors, I would recommend. If you can't lie outside in some real good dirt with a couple of ants, put some off on you or something. Put some off on you. All right. Or rest somewhere that feels right for you. Imagine, feel, visualize, or pretend that the earth energy is rising up through your feet, into your belly, and then up to your heart. She is giving you a Shakti pat, a boost of divine feminine energy from the great goddess to help you feel confident in your own motherfucking power. That's what it's all about. Imagine if we had more people that stood fully in their true and authentic power. They just being them, doing them, living to be of service to others, all while being a beautiful creatrix and letting folks be exactly where the fuck they are. Imagine. We live in this world in Bridgerton. We're going to call it the House of Shuniton, okay? In the House of Oshun, where this is where we live. Y'all are so lucky that, yeah, y'all lucky. Because, I really would be acting up then. All right. The mark of the beast was trying to get me to bow down to defeat. Now, how has that showed up in your life? How has that showed up to you? And that's the thing about failure. How can you say that you are a failure when you've made it this far? I'm pretty sure you have overcome many obstacles, challenges, and a number of things that you can weigh against what it is that you consider yourself a failure. Oftentimes we meet people who show us and present to us something different than what it is that it opposes our beliefs in the sense that it's meant to be a catalyst for us. This eyelash over here is not doing like the other eyelash. I'm seeing it. Hold on. One of my eyes look like it's more open than the other one. This one looks like it's more open than that one. Oh well, y'all know I got one big eye and one little eye. Y'all know I got a sleepy eye. I got a rolling eye. Hey, one side of my body is bigger than the other one. That's what they taught us in school. Back when they told us that our heart was in the middle of our damn chest. Now it's a little over and I don't know what they said. All right. That's a little 1-2 for y'all to run back over the course of this next week. I really appreciate you. I can't wait to hear what y'all have to say about the 7-day cleanse. One of the days was missed on that 7-day cleanse, but that's neither here nor there, okay? I'm trying to figure it out. Also, remember that if you purchase the Shut Up and Kiss Me oil or the 90-day journey to mindfulness on my website, you will receive a free reading. Now then, make sure that your email address is an address that you check often, because I have had to get in my flow with people not responding to emails because I'm like, I'm emailing you, please respond. But sometimes people don't respond. All right, I'm off to go through this challenging a thing that will bring me more gentleness, ease, and grace, and more favor with my ancestors who really love me, my angels, my guides, my guardian. Because when I show up for me, when I show up for y'all, I have to show up for me first. I have to fill my cup first. But when I show up for y'all, they cheer. Don't y'all? Don't y'all cheer? They do. They do. All right. I love y'all, and I am out of here. I am out this bitch like a bouncing baby boy.